Hello there, welcome to my home. Now you might notice while watching this video that it looks slightly different to how my videos normally look, and that is because I am filming it all by myself. Sam, who normally films my videos, is away, so there is nobody but me to produce this thing. So this is my first attempt. Hopefully it won't be horrendous and you guys will enjoy it. I mean, the main thing is that the recipe is great, and it is in this case, and the recipe today is for a raspberry and coconut cupcake. Now this flavour is something that we've done for a very long time at Crumbs Doilies. It's a regular at the shop. We've even just started doing a vegan version of it, but you can't have that recipe just yet because it's only just new. But anyway, I can give you the non-vegan recipe, and it's very easy. As usual, it's an all-in-one method, and so it makes it super simple. I'm going to start by sifting my flour. I've got self-raising flour, 125 grams. That goes into the sieve, along with the same amount, 125 grams of caster sugar, and also a quarter of a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda, just to help give it a little lift. That needs to get shuffled through. Now to that, I'm also going to add 25 grams of desiccated coconut, and that is the unsweetened coconut. It's kind of white and yummy, and it's like grated dried coconut basically, so whack that in. I've also got some butter. I've got 135 grams of soft unsalted butter, which will go in. Ooh, get off. And 2 large free-range eggs. And I'm going to put that onto my mixer for about a minute on a medium speed, just to beat all together. Coming together, I'm going to add the coconut cream, and this is not the same as coconut milk, it's the thicker stuff. It normally comes in a carton or a tin, a smaller tin than coconut milk, and it's just like the thicker coconutty stuff. So I've got 2.5 tablespoons, no, I've got 1.5 tablespoons of that. That'll just go in on a low speed. And then whack the speed up just to beat it all together. I like to give it a little mix around. You don't normally see this on the videos because we like to speed things up a little bit, but I like to make sure that all of the mixture from the bottom and the sides has been really well incorporated. So well, that is what I'm doing, if you're wondering. And that should do it. So obviously this is not very raspberry-y as yet. That is because I haven't added the raspberries yet. So the way that I'm going to get the raspberry flavour into these cupcakes is via goo. Now you guys have watched my recipes enough, hopefully, to know what goo means. Goo is essentially what I call jam, like a sort of quick jam that I make just with raspberries and sugar. I'll put a link up there. No, hang on, there. I'll put it up there anyway, somewhere. To another recipe which has the method in there, but it's essentially 400 grams of frozen raspberries, you can use fresh if you want, and a quarter of a cup of caster sugar, and you just bring that to the boil, then let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's really reduced down quite a bit, and then you just put it through a sieve, which gets most, if not all, but most of the pips out, and it goes really thick. It's like, I mean, it's just like jam. It's just that I call it goo. Anyway, so the way that we're going to get that in is rippling it with the cupcakes. I'm not going to mix it in completely. If you mix this stuff in too much to the batter, it tends to turn the cooked batter a kind of weird grey purple colour. We definitely don't want that. What we do want is nice vibrant streaks of the raspberry goo. So to do that, I'm going to put a couple of dollops just on top of my batter. Boop. And then I'm going to kind of scoop it up with my spoon, but not really mixing it in. I'm just kind of swirling it, and what I want to do is get a couple of bits of the jam with the batter that I'm picking up, but not so much so that it's mixed through. If that makes any sense at all. So you can see that. It is basically a blob of batter with a kind of layer of goo in it. So that's going into my cupcake cases, and then I'll carry on. And I'm going to bake these at 170 degrees C for 20 to 22 minutes until they're nice and springy on the top. While my cakes are cooking, I'm going to make the buttercream, and this is going to be a delicious silky coconut buttercream. Very simple. Start with 150 grams of soft unsalted butter, and as usual I like to beat this for about 5 minutes, which seems like quite a long time, but that is how you get lovely, white, fluffy, smooth buttercream. So get that going on a medium speed for about 5 minutes. Now that's had 5 minutes, so it's time to add the sugar, and I have 340 grams of icing sugar. I've already sifted it, and as per usual, I'm going to add half now, beat it, and then add another half and beat that. Right, that's looking pretty good. Now it needs some liquid added, and I'm going to be using, instead of milk, which is what I normally use, I'm going to be adding the same coconut cream that I put in the batter. So it's the really thick stuff, and I've got 3.5 tablespoons, and I'm just going to pour that in and mix it all up. And that's ready, and it's pale, it's smooth, silky. Oh, it's really nice and coconutty. It's got a real natural flavour, the coconut. If you want to boost the coconut flavour, you can get coconut essence or coconut extract. You just need a couple of drops of that in with the buttercream or in the batter. I like to keep it really natural though, which does mean less coconutty flavour, but I think that's better in the long run. My cakes are out of the oven, they've cooled down, and I've got everything ready to finish them off. I'm going to fill them with the rest of my raspberry goo. I'm going to pipe them with my lovely coconut buttercream, and I'm going to dip them in toasted coconut and top it with a raspberry. And that is my finished raspberry and coconut cupcakes, and I think they're pretty delicious. We don't normally put raspberries on them in the shop, we tend to keep them au naturel, but I think it's really nice to do that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this recipe, and I hope you've enjoyed this video, even though it's been a little bit DIY and maybe not quite as pretty as they usually are, but you know, we've got to start somewhere, guys, and I've started here. So anyway, I will be back next week with another recipe. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click on the notification bell, make sure you get notified every time I upload a video, even if it's one like this. You might want to see it. I mean, I'm just gonna eat this guy because it looks absolutely delicious. See you next week, bye! Tropical. Hello you lot, just a quick reminder that I have a range of merch that you can check out on cupcakejemma.com. That is my website, and that is where all the merch lives. So there's loads of stuff available. We got restocked recently, so we've got lots and lots of stuff, including my apron, my tea towel, and my oven mitts, which you can buy separately or as a baking bundle for slightly less. Little bargain for you. And every time you buy something from my website, it helps to support the Cupcake Jemma channel, which means that you guys are helping me do my job, and that is brilliant. So thank you so much, and go and check that out, and I'll see you next week. Bye!